This is KGW News at noon.
And new this noon, the Oregon Health Authority has some new information about the rollout of COVID boosters. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brenda Braxton. Those new shots target the currently dominant Omicron variant, and you can get them at clinics and pharmacies right now. The state is initially expecting up to 150,000 boosters, and OHA says people can mix and match.
The approved Moderna bivalent booster is authorized for persons 18 and older, while the Pfizer booster can be given to persons 12 and older. Each can be provided to a person 2 or more months after completing a vaccine series, or at least 2 months after the most recent booster dose. People who are now eligible for a booster can also mix and match. It doesn't matter which original vaccine series, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, or Novavax, a person previously received. They can now get either of the 2 new boosters.
69,000 doses are in Oregon as we speak, and OHA expects 2 more shipments next week. And this just in this noon, a fire at an apartment building on Northeast Cooch Street. Firefighters say it started in a dumpster, then spread to this complex nearby. Crews did put out the flames. Fortunately, nobody got hurt. Investigators aren't sure yet if this fire was arson or an accident. Here are a couple other local headlines for you. This Newburgh soccer coach, who's also a firefighter from Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue, is under arrest. Michael Doty is accused of trying to take photos of a 12-year-old girl as she changed into her swimsuit in a bathroom at his home. Police say he knew the girl from soccer. Doty is now charged with attempted invasion of privacy. Police believe there could be other victims. Anyone with information should contact the Child Abuse Hotline. The phone number 503-378-6704. And this is big news heading into the weekend if you're traveling through the Columbia River Gorge. You will not need a permit anymore to visit Multnomah Falls and the Waterfall Corridor. Those timed permits were meant to regulate traffic during the busy summer season. One caveat for drivers, though, the National Forest Service saying those permits may come back this spring. And those are some of your local headlines. Well, Juul Labs, I should say, has been ordered to pay the state of Oregon $19 million. An investigation found the company marketed its vaping products to kids. The total settlement will pay out $400 million to dozens of states nationwide. Here's Alma McCarty with reaction from anti-smoking advocates and the company itself.
Appetizing flavors, sleek design, misleading ads, and free samples. Just some of the ways investigators say e-cigarette maker Juul appealed to youth, marketing vaping products to children and teens.
These are products that people are ingesting in their bodies that are tasting like gummy bears and churros. They're looking like candy. They look like popsicles. They look like things that are intended for children. And we are now hearing directly from this lawsuit that it is explicit.
Jamie Dunphy works for the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network in Oregon. He said the multi-million-dollar settlement with the attorneys general across 34 states sends a clear message to manufacturers.
These flavored tobacco products have no place in our community anymore. Big tobacco has no right to prey on our children.
As part of the multi-state settlement, Juul agreed to stop some of its previous practices, like depicting young people in ads, using cartoons and product placement, and allowing website access without age verification. The company issued a statement following Tuesday's agreement, reading in part that it's a significant part of our ongoing commitment to resolve issues from the past. The terms of the agreement are aligned with our current business practices.
Nicotine is a deeply addictive substance, and that is really the reason we are most concerned about this.
Dunphy says, despite today's news, anti-smoking advocates have a long way to go to address the problem.
It is a direct correlation between making these products taste good and hooking the next generation of smokers, because tobacco and nicotine are the only products that, when used properly, kill the customer, and big tobacco must constantly find new customers.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
In just a few hours, the teachers union and the Ridgefield School District will be back at the bargaining table trying to avoid a strike this Friday. The union represents more than 200 teachers and staff. It's asking for smaller class sizes, investments in special ed, and competitive pay. The district posted its latest offer on its website Monday and says it's hopeful that the two sides can reach an agreement. Negotiations resume this afternoon at 4 o'clock. We will bring you the latest on air and online at kgw.com. Now to Oregon's wildfire season and an update on 4 fires causing the most concern. First, the Double Creek fire in northeastern Oregon. It started last Tuesday and has burned almost 60,000 acres, evacuating the town of Imnaha in Wallowa County. Strong winds, hot weather, and dry vegetation are fueling those flames. Meanwhile, 40 miles to the west is the Sturgill fire. It's 15 miles southwest of Enterprise, and it's burned 17,000 acres. Both of those fires are 0% contained. Also this noon, a little better news for the 20,000-acre Rum Creek fire in Josephine County. It's 42% contained. And finally, the Cedar Creek fire in the Willamette National Forest has burned 18,000 acres and is 12% contained. Well, here in the Portland metro area this morning, hey, what do you know? We saw a little rain. Rod, what's on tap this afternoon?
Look at us. Okay, don't get overly excited. Officially, PDX saying earlier this morning they picked up a trace. A trace goes in the record book. That is not enough to stop that long near record streak of days without measurable rainfall. We'll have more on those numbers coming up. But in the meantime, there are areas continuing to get a little bit of rain. We've had some thunderstorm strikes, or lightning strikes, I'm trying to say, out near Enterprise earlier this morning. There was some lightning reported south of Bend this morning, and there's some active lightning, speaking of, just nearing the South Deschutes County line right there on radar. John Day in the middle of getting some rain showers. There's still a threat of a trace of rain here on the west side this afternoon, but overall, it looks like here in the valley we will be dry. We'll see partly cloudy skies, actually quite sunny at times. Mostly sunny over downtown in the Moda Center from this vantage point right now. And we're up to 77, so we're going to be up in the 80s, but we will stop shy of being in the 90s. Yesterday it was 93. Today, 84. Maybe we get a degree or so warmer than that, but I don't think we'll get past the mid-80s. 7-day forecast and latest on that near record run of the dry weather, that's coming up.